You want to know how I got these scars? My father was a drinker and a fiend. That's right, guys. There you have it. Also, welcome to the Oscar countdown. As you guys know, on the 26th of February, it will be the Oscars, and we're going to see a lot of great wins, a lot of sad moments. As you guys know, we lost a lot of actors and actresses along the way back in 2016. But on this countdown, we're going to talk about some of the best and the worst that the Oscars had to bring. And as you guys, number one, which is the best, Heath Ledger. Now, guys, back in 2008, they created a movie called The Dark Knight. Now, I've seen the original. I've seen the original Batman where Jack Nicholson played the Joker, and when he laughed, I was like, "Wow, that was catchy." I don't think anybody can do that laugh. But then when I found out that Heath Ledger was the Joker, I had mixed thoughts. I did. It was like, why Heath Ledger? They could have picked someone with a good laugh, and I had to wait. I had to wait to find out about the trailer and everything. And when I saw the trailer, I was like, well, okay, I'll still watch it, see what happens. But here's the thing, guys. My baby brother, he didn't like Batman much. He never did. But I took him to go see that film, and I looked at my brother. I was watching him when he did all these scenes, and when he said, "You want to know how I got these scars?" When he heard that story, I looked at my brother. I was like, "What the?" He was like, I was like, "Oh my god!" Like the stories, the it was like, wow. You can actually feel like the music was like getting more intense, more intense. It's like, wow. But you know what? The one thing about this Joker here is that this one was more psychotic. It was like a lot more, two times crazier than the other Jokers that we've seen. This is from the television series, and also Jack Nicholson's character. So, but as I found out that Mark Hamill, who played Luke Skywalker, was the voice of the Joker back in the cartoon one, the animated series, Mark Hamill was actually amazed on that performance. Everyone in that theater, this movie made over $1 billion. It could be the two reasons. One reason was that we saw a new Joker, which this was like a better Batman than the last one, where Batman Begins, or this was Heath Ledger's last movie when he was the Joker. He had a great performance, and what's sad about that was when he died, he'll never see how everyone was scared of this Joker and how he impacted this franchise, this new franchise that Christopher Nolan had brought us. As you guys know, Tim Burton brought the Batman to life. He did Batman and Batman Returns. He was going to do Batman Forever, but he backed down. But then we got it was a semi good one with Batman Forever with Jim Carrey and Tommy Lee Jones. But then we had the crappy one where Arnold Schwarzenegger was Mr. Freeze, and we got that weird looking Bane guy and Poison Ivy. But The Dark Knight Rises, like I said before, that movie was two times was like 10 times better, not two times, 10 times better than this one, because when he fought Bane, no music, no nothing. You could actually feel him beating the crap out of Batman, and it was like we were watching a guy who hasn't been Batman for 6 years, and he's fighting a guy who had years and years of training, who was a lot stronger than him. But back to the Oscar one. In 2009, the Oscars were up. Heath Ledger was going up against a powerhouse. We got Robert Downey Jr., we got Michael Shannon, a lot of people. But when Heath Ledger won, everyone stood up for him. Everybody. His family were the ones who actually accepted the award. It was sad how the dad was saying, "I can't believe that we saw my son perform one of the best villains in Batman's franchise, and we saw how intense and how he took his acting so seriously. He did, guys. I read that he actually stayed up all night. He wanted the Joker to be the best. He wanted it to be so good everybody will talk about it. Well, Heath Ledger, that was the best. I think for me, the best scene that I thought was intense for me when I watched was when he kidnapped all those people, put them on separate boats. One boat was the people, and the other boat were the inmates. They both got a remote, and he said at midnight both boats will blow up. But one of those both remotes will trigger the other boat, the opposite. So he said, so who will die first, the people of Gotham or Gotham's worst? And seeing how they both argued back and said, to blow up the boat, those inmates had their chance, and the inmates were trying to do that. But then when we saw that inmate, this was where the tense was. When that big inmate, stood up and says, "Give me the remote," is you can tell him I took it by force, and I do what you should have done 20 minutes ago. He grabbed it and then he just threw it out the window. Right there, I was like, what the? Why? I think that inmate said, "I've done my time. I'm not going to take all those people's lives." So he's like, "I know what I've done. I'm going to accept my fate." But then when that other guy, he was about to blow up that inmates, and it was like those people on those boat, they made their choices. They chose to steal and kill people. There's no sense for us to die like them. And he grabbed it. But what was funny was when he was about to turn it, it was like he had his hands on the dial, and he was like, and then he just put it back in the box. It was like, oh, I remember in that theater, everyone was like, oh man, whew. My brother was like, I looked at him, I was like, oh my god. Heath Ledger was is the only Joker that nobody can top. Jared Leto, you did okay, but there's only one Joker in this world, and that's Heath Ledger. Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video on the Oscar count there, and there's more to come. And give me your opinion on what your favorite part from The Dark Knight was and how Heath Ledger changed that movie. Alright, you guys, thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more reaction, more gameplay. Drop a like on this video if you enjoyed this. My dinner's almost done, and I'm about to stream tonight, so I hope you guys will watch me. Alright, you guys, thank you for watching, and don't forget, stay positive.